advice and get like criticism. And obviously you want to learn. Like, I'm not saying that I don't take constructive criticism. I just don't shop my music to people who I know is not going to really get the vision. Okay. It's just that simple. Like, I got to have that type of laser focus, you know?
Okay, see, now, this is something that I have talked about before with, like, Al and stuff like that, about, like, when you're creating something, and, like, it's almost like, see, the way I think about it is you almost got to have some type of balancing game of, you know, you fuck with it, and that's really what matters, but at the same time, you also got to know what the people really want. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Because I'm not going to lie... Whether I make music, films, whatever, I try to have the mentality that J. Cole said in one of his songs. I forget what song he said. But he was like, I just make the music, and if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. So is that how you apply your...
Yeah, now it is. Now it is. You know, and again, I'm open. Like, if I've seen that you've gone to where I want to be, if I see that you're somebody, that has genuinely support and has interest, it's like, hey, I want to criticize you, because constructive criticism, you know, is helpful.
No, you just this conversation just reminded me of the most stupid criticism I got on one of my music.
What is it?
All right, so admittedly, when I first started making music, I was fucking trash. Like, I was so damn bad. I deleted all my early mixtapes and whatever. But then, through the years, of course you get better the more you keep working at it. Through the years, you know, people listening to it, they're saying that my music is good. I remember it was like, I was on the bus in high school one day, and this one boy was like, Tevin, we're done listening to your music. I'm like, why? He's like, you're too good now. I'm like, what do you mean I'm too good now? And he's like, because we used to laugh at it, but now we can't laugh no more. Like, you're just good. And I'm like, what? Am I supposed to take that in a negative way?
Compliment or insult? Because it could be either or.
You know what I think it is? He caught a stray when I was dissing somebody on a song.
Oh.
I feel like it was that, because, all right, to give a little bit of context, the dude's name was Ray, and he got into a fight with this dude named Carl. And Carl started to diss me. He started to diss me. So, of course, I dissed him back, and it became like the whole talk of the school, like me dissing him. And in one of my diss records to Carl, I was like, boy, I'm not Ray. You're not winning this fight easily. Because I heard that he beat the shit out of Ray. So when I said that, yeah, Ray basically, I think he just said that because he felt offended that I said that. Because he was actually feeling sad about it after he heard the diss. He was like, bro, why'd you have to bring me up? I'm like, this is a rap battle. Like, you're gonna say whatever to get under the other person's skin. You just caught the stray. Yeah. That's it.
You know, but sometimes the criticism is personal. I think you got to be able to kind of, like you said earlier, like a balance, kind of detect where the intent is coming from. Because a lot of times people want to just have something to say. That too, like people's like, okay, you should do this with your music, and it's like, I haven't heard you on any song. What do you're trying to tell me? You like, you giving me you talking like you know how this works. Now, it's different if you're coming from a consumer. Like, I would rather hear this type of music. That's different, because you're saying, okay, this is how I listen to music. This is the type of music I want to listen to. That's different. But if you're trying to give, you giving me effects that I ain't even use. It's like you listing production effects. I ain't use that, bro. I ain't use that in a song. What is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It's. I don't like when people try to tell you your style. That's really what it comes down to. Like, criticizing it, it's like, I don't really like this.
So you dealt with that before?
Yeah, you know, when I was coming up, when I was first starting, like taking it serious, people were trying to tell me my style. And there was nothing wrong with that at the beginning, because I really didn't know what it was. But as I developed it, as I got into it, you know, some people were trying to tell me, okay, then you should sing this, or they were trying to compare me.
Who'd they compare you to?
Yeah, is this recording?
Yeah. I mean, I can always cut it out.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Well, while we're taking this little break, welcome to the Hate It or Love It podcast. Me and Anthony was already talking, and I was like, shit, let me just start recording now, because shoot, we didn't even get to the questions I wrote down yet, but this is a good conversation. So, back to the comparisons.
Yes, I mean, like when that came out, naturally, people were trying to compare me to like every R&B, artist, and that ranges from, Tyrese to Usher to
and all the music I heard from
Chris
you,
Brown.
I don't get that feeling.
And I love, now I'm gonna list them off individually because I have to do that. So first they were saying Tyrese, and I think that was my tone. At the time when I was singing, like the R&B and chess kind of sounded like a Tyrese, which is not a bad thing, but my style is very different from Tyrese. Tyrese is like a soul singer. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a for those who don't know him past the Fast and Furious franchise.
If you don't know who Tyrese is, like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
bro?
no, he's an R&B singer. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean like a soulful singer.
Didn't he start out as a singer first?
Yeah, I mean he actually started off as a rapper, I believe.
Tyrese rapping?
I think so.
Imagine that.
Don't quote me. But nah, like, so I kind of got that, but musically, my style doesn't really sound like his. And I listened to Tyrese at the time. Like, no, I still listen to Tyrese, but that wasn't, I got it only from the tone. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. And then I've got Usher. I said that's more likely because I actually do listen to Usher, but even I don't sound anything like Usher. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't. And everybody wants to sound like Usher.
I mean, I'll take the compliment.
Yeah, that's a compliment. So, like, Usher can still sing his entire face off. So I have, and I was just talking about Usher. I was just actually like, I want to say like yesterday I saw a video of Usher, and it was an interview that just blew my mind.
Oh, yo, how'd you feel about him being in the halftime show for the Super Bowl?
I think it's long overdue.
That caught me so out of left field. Not that Usher isn't big enough to do it, but like I'm still adjusting to the fact that Jay-Z runs the music part of the NFL. So I got to start thinking like more black artists are going to show up. Because I was like, after last year, I was like, all that black excellence. I felt like we were gonna go back to more white artists. No judgment to white artists, but I'm just saying, like,
Well, I mean, like, I think Usher in his career, and
he's dropping an album that day too.
Yeah, he's working, like, that man is dancing, doing shows on skates. So, that.
Oh wait, I do want to ask you real quick while we're on Usher, and I know you're about to bring up Chris Brown. Do you believe that fight at Chris Brown's party really happened?
No. The reason why I don't is because nobody from the party has confirmed it. Not Usher, not Tiana, and not Chris. Nobody confirmed it. So if they not tripping, why y'all tripping? If they not, I think they would say something. He was at his festival.
See, I was a little worried when I saw that story because look, I'm a Chris Brown fan. I fight for him. A lot of people still bring up the whole Rihanna thing, in which, in that situation, he was wrong. But we can't hold somebody to that situation for the rest of their lives, especially from in the public, or at least from all the evidence we got, he hasn't repeated that yet.
Yeah. I mean, I will say,
at least from what we know.
I would say in this situation, I mean, it's a different situation with this. And I think I think the rumor of it is even crazy because it's like they family. Like Usher, Tiana Taylor, and Chris Brown, they are family.
That's what I was saying, because when people were saying like that happened, I was sitting there like, oh man, if this comes out as true, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I can defend this because like Usher always fought for
He
Chris
threw the
Brown.
party for her.
Yeah, like Usher is like Usher might be Chris Brown's #1 supporter. So I'm like, why?
And likewise, if I'm not mistaken, I think the crazy thing is and this is what the fans do all the time. This is what social media does all the time. Is that they will drag and try to create an unnecessary drama. Those two got nothing but love for each other. Usher and Chris love each other. Usher and Tiana love each other. Tiana and Chris love each other. You know what I'm saying? They all have had a rapport with each other. They've all helped each other out. Really, obviously, Usher being the one mentor. The one that paved the way. But I mean, Chris also has with Tiana.
Now I want to ask you, dance off. You giving it to Chris Brown or Usher? Me and my dad has this debate almost every year.
I think Usher is cold. He cold. But that damn Chris, bro.
Thank you. Yo, me and my dad
Usher would even give it to Chris, yo.
I'm like, me and my dad has this debate every single year. Like, it somehow always comes up, and I'm like, bro, Chris Brown is better. He's like, nah, Usher's better. And I'm like, look, Dad, it's not that Usher can't dance. Like, nobody's saying that he can't.
No, he can.
But Chris Brown be doing them flips and dips.
Like I said earlier, Usher is he doing shows on skates.
Wait,
I don't
really?
know. Yes, he wrote. That's so Atlanta. Like you know what I'm saying? I have so much respect for Usher.
He's from Atlanta.
Yeah, man. Don't forget.
He doesn't sound like he. Or I'm saying like
I think he's so popular now.
Not his sound, but I mean like when you hear Atlanta people talk, you hear like a strong Southern accent. I don't get that much when I hear him talk.
That's crazy because that's all I hear. You never heard Usher, baby?
I heard him say that, but
he's so Jordan.
And I got family from Atlanta they sound thick as hell country.
Well, it's different, it's regionally, like in different parts of the city. I'm not from Atlanta, so I'm not gonna speak, but just in general, you know what I'm saying? Like the dialect is a little different, but Usher's from
people from Atlanta. Let me know if I'm tripping in the comments.
No, Usher. No, when you hear him talk, and even references he makes in his songs, like. That song with the Justin Bieber song Peaches, he was on he put Usher on the remix.
I didn't even hear that song. Oh, Peaches.
Yeah, he put Usher on the remix. It's Usher, Ludacris, and Snoop Dogg. I never listen. And Usher.
I don't know if I want to hear that.
No, it's actually really good. You're welcome.
Is it better than the original?
Have you heard? Do you like the original?
Not really.
You don't like the original?
No.
I mean, it's crazy because I don't listen to a lot of Justin Bieber stuff.
Justin Bieber is a really good
but
artist.
That's his R&B bag. Like that and Yummy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, you like Yummy? I
did a remake.
Yummy grown on me.
I did a remake.
When Yummy first came out, I remember not liking it at all, and people was roasting the shit out of it. They're like, "Yo, Justin, we don't want to hear about your wife's,
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
what Peach is about,
But it grew on me so much. Now I'm singing Yummy.
Yeah, but stylistically, it ain't too far from him either, because his influences are Usher. Usher had a lot to do with Justin Bieber's coming up. That's why it's just love, like what I'm saying. So
yeah,
and obviously Bieber with Chris as well, because it's like he's done
when I listen to Justin Bieber's early music, because back in middle school I used to be on that fuck Justin Bieber thing, but then my boy in high school put me on to I think when he dropped Purpose, so I went back to listen to a lot of his older music. His older music is basically Chris Brown if he was white.
Oh no, don't say.
I'm not saying it's on the level of excellence as Chris Brown, but his music very much sounded like a white Chris Brown.
I wasn't ready for that, yeah.
That bubblegum pop R&B look. But no.
That's no shade and no disrespect.
No shade.
It's all love. He's just saying it in a good way. In a good way.
I'm saying it in a good way. Those albums were good.
No. Justin Bieber's, all jokes aside, I never was a hater of Justin Bieber, because middle school guys, if you said you Justin Bieber, nobody,
bro, everybody
they would make fun of you.
Yeah,
but Justin Bieber is cold. Like that man is talented.
But
all jokes aside,
you gotta listen to some of his older songs because my favorite song is Up. And listen to the remix with Chris Brown. Don't listen to the original.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically the same song, but Chris Brown makes the song sound better.
I was gonna say though, like, I mean that R&B thing. You know how many videos it is of Justin Bieber singing with you? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of videos of Justin Bieber singing.
Ain't that one of the videos that blew him up back in the day?
Yeah, I mean, like, and he's still I'm pretty sure he was still singing the song. Like, so I mean, naturally, you know.
But
yeah, but I was gonna say back on the Usher thing real quickly before I forget. I was gonna say, you know, he was like, he made a reference in Peaches, Usher's verse. Mm-hmm. He was like, I'm trying to think what he said. He said something. No. What's your secret? I bet your mama went to Freaknik. I said,
oh, Freaknik. Yeah, that boy, he's down from.
He made a reference to Decatur too, if I'm not mistaken. Like, so he's very
Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah, man. I bet your mama went to Freaknik is crazy. It's that's
Mom, I hope you never went to Freaknik. She watched every single episode, so she's gonna. Mom, you better answer in them comments if you went to Freaknik, and you better say no. Even if you did, say no.
Nah, like So but I get it though, because Usher's kind of like popular. You know,
no, but those are good people to be compared to. Like, I know the comparisons might be annoying.
No, they are. Right.
But it's also pretty cool, like Tyrese, Usher, Chris Brown.
And
like,
they're all different.
You're being compared to greats.
But I was going to say, even with, now, and then obviously I was going to say lastly was Chris, because I heard more of Chris. Mm-hmm. So that was more like, okay. But I know my tone is different from all three of them. And their tone is different from each other.
You feel like
vastly different from.
Do you feel like you have like a subconscious, what's the word? Influence from them?
I would say with Tyrese specifically, I don't think so, because I mean I listen to Tyrese, like, and when I say listen to, like I would listen to maybe 2 or 3 songs. So that would be Sweet Lady, Lately. And there's one more. Hold on. Sweet Lady, Lately, and I'm blanking out on the third one. Oh, How You Gonna Act Like That?
I was waiting for you to say that one.
Nick. How You Gonna Act Like That, man? Shout out to Eric Dawkins.
You know what my dad's favorite song from Tyrese was when I was younger?
What?
This dude always kept replaying Lights On.
You know? Oh, I've heard of Lights On.
Yeah, he keep replaying that song over and over. I'm like, Dad, actually, I was about to make a joke. But
but I mean, like, I was familiar with Tyrese, and again, those were the 3 songs that I would listen to here and there, but I didn't really grow up listening to Tyrese. So when people said that I sounded like Tyrese, that was more of a shocker, because I'm like, this is not somebody that
And this is people from your age group?
Yeah. People my age group says you sound like Tyrese. And what's crazy is when I heard what I was singing and I heard my tone, I'm like, I can kind of, I can hear that. But our styles is so different. The songs are different. It's just the tone. Yeah. At the time, my voice was a little bit more nasally. And so, and it is like a little bit raspy. So that's what that is. But I mean, I didn't really, aside from that, my subconscious, I don't think I really was getting that with Tyrese. And then with Usher, it's a little different, because I did listen to Usher more than I listened to Tyrese. But I knew that our tones were very different, because Usher has a very clear, tone, and it's like warm. Like that man has like a voice of butter. You know what I'm saying? brother got a voice.
He showed that off on that Tiny.
And it has not aged. Like, right. He was gonna say Tiny Desk. It hasn't aged. Like, I hope to have that type of longevity. Like, I pray for that type of longevity. So
they claim it right now.
Yeah, no. So I would take that, like, but nah, like, even with Usher, like, I'm like, that was shocking. It's like, I don't, and then I got Chris Brown. I was like, naturally, because I've probably listened to it. So that's probably more a subconscious. I've even gotten Tank too. which is interesting
I
because
can't see Tank.
because I'm like Tank has a bit of a higher pitch too, you know. But again, I've listened to Tank, so you know, but not as much as I would have listened to a Chris Brown or Usher. But in the order, I would say in terms of listening to the most, I've listened to Chris and Tank. I take that back. I probably have listened to Tank. Tank and Usher are probably a little bit more around the same. But I'm not gonna lie. Probably in recent years, I've heard more of Tank than I have of Usher. Ironically enough. So, but no, I got respect and love for all the OGs, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on the podcast. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But like I don't now. I think my style is a little bit different. I think I've tried to
honestly with this last
steer
album,
away from it.
With this last album, you hit so much genres that I really can't.
Yeah,
like,
it's a gumbo.
I really can't compare you to anything or anybody.
That's a compliment because it's me. It's me, and that's what it is. I think I'm now in a space where I'm in a pocket where I'm about to.
I mean, you definitely have your own lane.
Yeah, like I'm trying to do that, like have my own lane, because that's what they did. That's what a Chris did. That's what a Usher did. That's even what a Tyrese did. That's what a Tank did. All of the guys, like, like every, and it's not just R&B. That's another thing. Like I've listened to way more than just R&B. Like those, R&B is like what I do at my core, but I've done, I've listened to pop of all kinds, rock. You know what I'm saying?
Do you pull apart like different aspects of different genres to help
with
you
this
with your
album?
music?
With this album, are you talking about just in general or with the album? Because this album is where I'm going now.
I mean, even with the album, like, did you pick apart stuff from like rock?
In my
like,
current days, which is what would be this album, like, because that's where I feel like that's the truest. That's where my style is. I felt like home. I was just having fun recording the album, and so yeah, it just was a lot of MJ, a lot of Michael. That's the irony. Number one influence. Let's talk about it. In any era, Michael Joseph Jackson. I ain't got to keep saying that.
Bro, one day
I said that on the last podcast. I
have you and my friend Josh on the phone because you two are the biggest Michael Jackson.
It's like
fans
I'm a
I've
student.
Ever met.
I'm a student, and I'm always learning. And I'm not going to reiterate anything I said in that last podcast. If you heard it, you heard it. But again, I'm a student, and like an actual student, not saying, okay, I'm listening to, Thriller and, that's it. Or I want to get the glove and it's not, no, it's, I'm listening to sessions. What was his tone like? Why did he make some of the choices? It's like, what I think of this artistry thing? I think of it like a sport. You know what I'm saying?
That's how
like,
I used to go about my music.
I spar, and in order to, you look at tape. Mike is on that number one highlight reel. Okay, this is what he did, and not just what he did on stage. We talking about what he was doing in studio too. What was he doing in studio? Because it started there, and he built. Literally, like he built, and so that's with this album. Man, it was Mike, it was Janet. It was Miss Jackson. It was Miss Jackson too. I wish people knew. I really do. I wish people knew, like, cause she's so different, and I think her style now, when you hear, like, even before the 90s, cause you had singers like a Aaliyah, or eventually like a Maya, or even a Brandy. You know what I'm saying? Because Brandy also has that, like, when she does like those backgrounds and soft, like you had soft voices. Janet, I think Janet made that popular. Like the way that she can sing any song, a ballad, up tempo, obviously, because that's kind of what she's known for. But her ability to stack vocals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I remember you mentioned that a little bit on the last one.
And it's crazy. As much as Michael has, and many people don't know this, as much as Michael has influenced Janet, would you be surprised if I said Janet influenced Michael?
No. I mean, it's a family thing. They all
No,
gotta
like,
pull something from each
no,
other.
Mike loved Janet. He loved her. Like, even in, like, if you look at, like, his, see, this is how you know you're a student. When you look at live shows, like, in the Dangerous era, and he's doing, like, those dance breaks. So, I'm going to set the picture. Like, if you've seen him in the suit and the hat, and he's dangerous. You know, he's doing the with the sound effects on stage that get the point. And then he started, let's dance. Then he started doing the dance. That get the point is Janet. He took that from her, one of her songs. So he was listening to, like, I think Rhythm Nation. And he was listening to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis because they were like her co-producers. They were the producers, writers, her partners, basically, Janet's partner. And he was like, oh, no, I gotta have my own. So then he got Teddy Riley. He said, we about to do this New Jack swing. That's where you get that. Do you remember?
Bro, that song be low key. That song low key be stuck in my head sometimes.
I bet you remember. Yo, know what I'm saying? That whole era, that Dangerous era, I think that's the best. Like, in terms of Mike at his peak, that is my favorite era of Mike. Everybody gonna say Thriller, which is everybody bad. Bad is cold too. Bad is you know what I'm saying? But that damn Dangerous. And then even after that, when you get to the history, you know, with the just like the late 90s. So you get the Earth song, you get songs like that. And then later on you get the Invincible, which is like early 2000s. And I don't think that album gets enough credit, but that was where you heard Michael on a digital era. So that You Rock My World. Like that was like a Rodney Jerkins Dark Child. Man, we can sit here and talk for Mike all day because I've listened to a Rodney Jerkins interview recently on a podcast and with a bunch of like music heads and and even music, they work in music as well, where Rodney Jerkins is breaking down the process for working with Mike because he was friends with Mike from the making of the album. And mind you, Rodney was like 21, like 19, he young. And he making these hit records, man, with Michael Jackson. And it's like you sitting there.
Someday I gotta listen to Michael Jackson. It's a
masterclass.
I gotta listen to his whole discography someday.
He's a masterclass. The way that Rodney Jerkins was breaking down how he said he had all of these beats. He gave him to Mike. And he was making crazy thing. Rodney had all of these beats, and in those beats, I think, and I'm paraphrasing. So if y'all really want to see what Rodney said, you can look up what Rodney said. I'm paraphrasing it. This is just me. I'm a fan. I'm watching. So Rodney's talking about how, you know, Mike. He's like, yeah, he got the opportunity. So he had all of these beats ready. Made all of these beats with his people, whatever. He go in there. Mike hears it. He was like. He played almost like he had a lot of music a lot of instruments and stuff that he played for him, like a lot of beats that he played for him. And Mike was like, scratch that. We need natural sounds. So he went in and made a whole new batch. That's how Mike was. Like, we need natural sounds. So like using like percussives like that, or like even little. Or like stumps. Like if you heard a Michael session, you hear him stumping. And while he's singing the song, it's like it's just you can make a whole song from his session. Like stuff that did not make the song, or stuff that was bleeding through. It's crazy, man.
I just thought of something random. I don't even remember if I asked you this the last episode, but I just want to ask you. Because my friend Josh, who I also said is a big Michael Jackson fan, he strongly has an opinion on this. Am I about to piss you off?
No. I'm just trying to figure out what you're going to say, what it is, because there's a lot with Mike.
Because Josh had a very strong opinion about this. This is the reason he hates Drake.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
Oh, okay. So, well,
I think we talked.
Can you remind me how'd you feel about Drake using him on his one album?
Oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't. Did we? I don't know if we talked about that.
He made a song called "Don't Matter to Me" on Scorpion, and that is the one reason why Josh hates Drake to this day, because he felt like it was disrespectful to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, it could be taken like that if it's not cleared. If the family didn't clear it. That's the thing with Aaliyah, too.
I think Michael Jackson's nephew said that they did clear it.
Okay, so. But
I'm not going to lie, though. If he was going to use Michael Jackson on the album, I think he used the wrong reference track. It didn't sound... I don't know. I
think I've heard the song, though.
I don't know how basically to describe it, but it just didn't feel like something Michael would put out.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, but Drake is also caught in flack by sampling a lot of other people too. I think even with Aaliyah,
yeah, I was about to say
that was a big one, and I think the flack with that is that I'm not gonna get into that.
He was about to make a whole album. I think a whole album or mixtape. Basically,
I'm not gonna get into the Aaliyah situation because that would make me mad.
Like that
makes me mad. That was
that biopic was the worst one I've ever.
You know Zendaya. They tried to get Zendaya on the Zendaya.
Yeah,
Zendaya was like, no.
Nah, she knew that shit was about to sink.
But if the family is not clearing it, if Miss Diane and Rashad is not clearing it, Miss Diane is her mother and Rashad is her brother. If they're not clearing it, why you want to be a part of it?
Exactly.
Truth be told, because they are, and it's not a dig. That ain't a dig, but that's just the truth. Like that was her mother and that was her brother. And if they're against that,
that's a dig for me. That shit was horrible.
The dig is though. Here's the thing where it gets tricky. Barry Hankerson is her uncle. That's her mom's brother. He's the reason why.
Is that the one that introduced her to R. Kelly?
Yes, he launched his label with Aaliyah. He was married to Gladys Knight before he was already managing R. Kelly. But Barry is, he's the uncle of Aaliyah. And so he's responsible for her success. And so he owns the rights to her music. The estate does not own the rights to Aaliyah's music. That's a fact. So anytime you're streaming her song on Spotify and you're streaming her song on, on these, because it got re-released, while he was relaunching Black Ground, because that's the name of the label that he had Aaliyah on him. After that situation, all of the artists and stuff. I ain't gonna get into that. I ain't trying to get nobody's business lawsuits they got going on.
Thanks for bringing.
But he relaunched the label around the same time he released all of the people's music. So it wasn't just Aaliyah's music that came out. It was Tony Braxton. It was Tank's first album. Timbaland and Magoo.
Are you talking about back then or like recently?
Recently, a few years ago. That's what it was.
Thank you, because I remember years ago, I was talking like with my friends years ago, and I was like, I never listened to her whole discography, and they were like, why not? You seem like you would be into it, and I'm like, I never find it on streaming services.
Yeah, I guess not.
And it's not until recently that it finally got up on streaming services, and they thought I was lying. I'm like, I'm not lying. If you look up Aaliyah right now, like
it's on now.
Yeah, but like back then, I was like, if you look it up, you ain't gonna find it.
But Barry owns the rights to her music, unless something has changed. But from the last time I checked, he owns the rights to her music, and I think not in to get nobody's business. I'm sure that the estate, the owners of her estate, the heads of her estate is her mother, Miss Diane, and her brother Rashad. And they still don't got the rights to the music. So the estate they have to get permission from Barry. So you take that how you will. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, but I mean but I was saying that to say I side with Missy. Because they were talking about that some years ago about how Drake was sampling. A lot of people were sampling Aaliyah. She's sampled a lot. And they were cleared, but it's cleared through her uncle because he owns the rights. So and I get trying to keep her legacy alive. So that's the other side of that, right? I get that side of it, trying to keep her legacy alive. But again, like when you have somebody like a figure like Aaliyah, because she was ahead of her time, man.
Mm. See, when you just brought that up, you reminded me of the like. It's been like a big conversation in hip hop these past few years about, because a lot of these rappers are dropping like flies. It's been a I don't mean to laugh, but it's been a big conversation how
I'm not laughing.
Once a rapper dies, like they'll make like the estate owners or the label will be making posthumous albums. And sometimes they'll be putting like people that probably are like artists they never even knew or stuff like that on a song with them. Or like, yeah. My biggest example was X, because the more they kept putting out more of his music, why the fuck is Joyner Lucas and X on a song together? Rick Ross and X. I'm like, I know they both from Florida, but Rick Ross and X? Like, that didn't make sense.
Think a lot of the other artists is, they have I think some of the artists get on board because they had respect for that artist.
Or like Pop Smoke and Dua Lipa. I think it was Dua Lipa and Pop Smoke on his last album.
But ironically enough, Dua Lipa's actually cold.
I mean, her music might be good, but
I know somebody that had a session of Dua Lipa. Like had like on this, like, why we gonna say on, but had a session of Dua Lipa because I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble. But
they worked with.
I think so. And I heard an acapella.
Can they slide me her number? You know what I mean?
You know what I think? I heard her song in the mall today. It was, if you wanna see me dance with somebody.
Oh my God. Wait, that's her? Yo, at my job, they stay playing that song. I get so annoyed.
Dancing with somebody.
That song gets on my nerves, but but she cute though.
Oh, no. I like that. I ain't gonna hold you. I like that levitating, John.
Wait, what? How does it go?
I need you. You're my.
Oh, yeah. That one's all right. They don't play that at my job.
Not anymore.
Much.
No, you know why they don't play it.
Why? Is there like some controversy or something?
Shout out. No, I ain't gonna do that.
What? No, you can say it.
Man, no, they not playing it now because DaBaby was on it.
Oh.
But let's talk about the fact that he had the verse slapped on that though. So now you want to pull back the song because
DaBaby still. I mean, okay, not still because I ain't listened to none of his recent music, but like, yeah, he go hard.
I mean, like, I just think. My thing is, and I ain't gonna really get into the cancel thing because I think in some instances, in a lot of instances, people do need to be canceled. Mm-hmm. You say something out of pocket, somebody should hold you to someone. The people have the right to hold you accountable for something that you did. Mm-hmm. I mean, like it's a business, it happens. But in that case, with DaBaby in terms of like that song, because you definitely they had a song out with Levitate. Mm-hmm. And that was a big thing, taking them off the song after, the song had already did numbers. We heard the song. We know, and the version that's mostly played, if I'm not mistaken, is the one with him on it. You know what I'm saying? With Levitating.
Yeah.
And so, but after that, they was like, they was doing the tiptoe
like that.
You know what I'm saying? They try to tiptoe out of that after the situation. It's like like own that. Own the fact. You can say, okay, I don't agree with what he did. Right.
See, my thing is, I feel like there's levels to this cancel shit. You know what I'm and while, yes.
Don't act like you didn't do a song with him.
What he said was ignorant. But to the point where basically this man done fell off the face of the earth of music, I'm like, well, damn. Like, I know he said something ignorant as hell, but like, these deserve to like lose everything pretty much because he ain't shit right now.
I mean, that's kind of how this business goes, to be honest with you. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was excited during that time. Before that time, let me rephrase it. That sounded bad when it first came out. Nah, I was excited before that time because DaBaby's from Charlotte. He from where I'm from. So like, to see somebody make it, make it, because everybody's still trying to get to where they want to go. But to see somebody on the main stage, on a Grammy stage like that, and he bringing out Anthony Hamilton, another Charlotte native, you know what I'm saying? Like the pride, you know what I'm saying? The people from North Carolina that we got, when we saw that, it was like, yeah.
This dude got hot as fish.
You know what I'm saying? And then when that happened, it's like, oh, damn.
Like, damn, son, we stay in the hood with this.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And so he
really fucked up the bag with that one. I don't know what type of time he was on.
Man. Yeah, but yeah, I was like, damn. As a fan of like that era, because you even had the Baby and Meg, you know what I'm saying? Cry Baby.
Yeah.
And then they had the song, I think it was Cash Shit too. It's fire. After that situation with, I think the Meg and Tory situation, they pulled that back too. I mean, they didn't pull it back, but that was I'm gonna leave that alone because I don't want to.
We don't want to dive too deep into that.
I don't want to. I
already done made, without saying
you did. I'm not saying nothing about that.
Without making my stance, without saying my full stance on that whole situation, I definitely have made people mad with my opinion on it. Actually, I can say my opinion on it. So, like, back then when I used to talk about it, I did openly admit that I thought Tory shot Megan.
Okay.
But here's the thing that made people mad. It wasn't because I didn't believe it because of the narrative that the internet tried to make that he hates black women. I said it because Tory Lanez is just an aggressive person in general.
Ooh.
Like there's plenty of videos of him putting his hands on men, and now you're telling me that he shot a woman. This isn't about Megan being specifically a woman. This is just him being aggressive in general. That's what made people mad. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna listen to y'all narrative. He's just an aggressive ass person. Like that, it just is what it is.
But what was people get mad about?
Because I didn't agree with the narrative that it was him going against black women.
Oh, okay.
Because around that time, if you sided with Tory,
protecting black women.
Yeah, if you sided with Tory,
it's still protect black women. It's always protect black women.
Like, I don't have nothing against Megan personally. I don't like her music, but that doesn't mean I want her to get shot.
Wait, you don't like Meg?
Nah.
Wait, no, but Meg is cold.
I know. I think
lyrically.
No, listen. I think she can be. She has the skill of a talented rapper.
What?
I'm saying a compliment.
No,
she has the skill of a talented rapper, but I tried listening to
her song.
A project.
That's what you're saying.
I tried listening to a project, and all I heard was my pussy, my ass, my pussy, my ass, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, I'm not a female, so of course this isn't fully gonna like stick with me. But I kind of hate when people say that though, because I listen to Nicki, and she has a lot of music that I fuck with.
Have you heard Meg's recent stuff, like her recent album?
No, because
after the situation, you should.
But here's the thing, because a lot of people have also gotten on me about that. I used to do that with Lil Yachty, where I heard his first few mixtapes. I ain't rock with him, so I don't listen to nothing no more. It's like, if I know I don't like
you got a certain amount of time.
If I listen to an artist, if I give them a genuine chance, like I listen to like multiple projects and I still don't like it, do I still need to listen?
I mean, not like you're if you listen to what you want to listen to.
I felt like I listened to enough of Megan to get like, all right, I'm not gonna.
No, but let's be clear. I'm not really talking about her music. I'm talking about on wax. You get mic, and she freestyling in that.
As a rapper, she is very
cold.
Talented.
She cold.
But that's what pisses. That's why I don't like Megan's music.
She can out rap a lot.
But you're saying the reason why I'm mad about her music.
I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes, but I'm just saying, like in general, I heard her she was rapping on the Hit 'Em Up beat, man.
If anything, I'm complimenting her because I know she has the talent. So why do you keep wasting it on just talking about your ass and pussy? I know you have. More.
That's in. That's everybody. That's everybody. Don't sit here and you name them.
No.
Don't do that.
No.
That's everybody.
But here's the thing. Just like, because people say that to me all the time, and I'm like, but with Nicki, yes, she has a lot of songs.
I was gonna say.
But wait, listen. there's a lot of songs where she talks about that, but when you listen to her full projects, you hear more than just that.
I mean, but also I think with Nicki, she's an anomaly anyway. Because
what you mean by that?
She's
or like
nobody has had nobody has had the level of
or
backing.
Let me
and has had that commercial success.
Let me compare Megan to somebody else that people be getting on me about. So all right,
Cardi.
Yes, I say that I like Cardi B's music, and then people will question me like, why do you like Cardi B's music but you don't like Megan's? Here's the thing. Cardi B's more recent music? No, I don't like that because now all she talks about is ass and pussy.
She's always been talking about ass.
But listen. When Invasion of Privacy first came out, that album is not just about her ass and pussy. No, it's not.
I mean, like even before that.
But that's what I'm saying. I can get more content out of her.
I think with Meg, her popular stuff is ass and pussy. That's what sells.
I listened to a project and I still didn't hear nothing but that.
But have you heard her last album? I think she's released 2 albums.
You know what,
since
Anthony?
the situation.
I'm gonna listen to her.
I am too, actually.
I'm gonna listen to her most recent album.
I'm not defending nobody. So let's be clear. I ain't heard none of these albums.
And also, let me make it clear. I'm not saying that Megan is a bad rapper. That's my whole point of why I'm disappointed in her music. She is a very talented rapper. I heard her rap. I heard her freestyle.
She
is very talented, but I'm mad that she's wasting her talent.
Have you heard Plan B? I mean, that song was about that.
Yes, that shit was trash.
What?
Yes.
You said that was... Wait a second.
Or maybe I might be getting it mixed up with another song.
I ain't gonna start rapping because it's gonna sound crazy.
After this episode, I'm gonna listen to it.
No, but Plan B was that when she was talking about, she was rapping. It was more of her style. It was a Jodeci like sample. Dun dun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to it after this.
It had like a 90s beat to it. It was more of her speak because she kind of like. She was kind of, they said the song kind of reminded them of a Lil' Kim because Lil' Kim got on the remix. Mm-hmm. So,
if I had to say definitively, the only song from Megan that I really fuck with is Cash Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
And just the hook, that hook is I don't know, that hook is very
I like her, the stuff before. Like the one she was on the come up.
On the come up?
But yeah, like before that. Like the Tina Snow. Because she's an influence of Pimp C, which is like that's Texas. That it don't get more hip hop than that. That's Southern hip hop.
What I want you to do is after this episode, send me the projects that you think I should listen to.
Yeah, it gonna be. I'm not
probably change my mind.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really trying to change your mind. Cause again, like I can't because I haven't heard all of the albums myself too. But I'm saying from what I've heard, she can definitely do more than just ass and pussy. That's in terms of if you're gonna compare her, you use Cardi as an example.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I would rethink that.
Invasion of Privacy is
I love Cardi.
Invasion of Privacy is so much more than.
But what was her? You got to also listen to what she was doing before that because that ain't the first project. She had mixtapes.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, have you heard her?
Not the full mixtape.
Oh no. See,
actually, my favorite song.
Do your homework.
Wait, hold on. My favorite song of all time from Cardi B is on one of her mixtapes.
Yeah, but I need you to listen to it, and then we can have a conversation. And I gotta listen to it too. So I guess our homework is we gonna listen to Cardi's come up mixtapes, and we gonna listen to Megan's mixtapes, but then we can have a conversation because I feel like it sometimes before they start, it's a little different. Now, honestly, obviously, like labels push a certain thing. So what's in is what's in and what's hot is what. Meg is known for being the stallion. She's a hot girl. So they're going to be talking about pushing her. They're going to be talking about, rocking, what is it? Rock the boat? Not rock the boat.
Hey, drive the boat.
Drive the boat. Rock the boat is Aaliyah. I'm sorry. Drive the boat, stuff. So she's a hot girl. So that's kind of like her thing. But you know what's crazy? They don't talk about the fact that she out here helping HBCUs. They don't talk about the fact that she out here. She doing so much good stuff.
I was just going to bring up...
I be seeing that.
I was going to bring up a little point real quick. When you brought up the drive the boat thing, a lot of people don't know that started from Kodak.
Oh, for real? No, I'm not surprised.
That let me drive the boat meme. He was saying that he wanted credit for that because she basically took it. And
well, I mean, you know,
and then also he put on Bodak Yellow. No, and the other thing is, I saw a post today where Akademiks were bringing up points on how Lil Yachty basically helped out a lot of the female rappers today, like with Act Up, with the City Girls. He wrote that song, and then
you quoted Akademiks.
Yeah. No, I only listen to the facts. There are certain things but I am a fan of Akademiks, but here's the thing. I know when to separate his opinion and when to separate his facts, because this is the same dude that will say that Drake is a better rapper than Kendrick. And that is never. I
got, I don't know anybody, so I can't really have any conversations until I actually personally. No, wait. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay. But you have heard Drake and Kendrick albums, right?
Yeah, I've heard a couple Drake's and Kendrick's albums. I know. I've heard. You know what I'm saying. Damn is my
Is your favorite?
Was the album that I really like listened to. I got to listen to Pimp the Butterfly.
Oh yeah, that's an essential album. Yeah.
I've heard bits and pieces. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Drake, I've heard bits. I feel
like you would really like, since you're also a big fan of Tupac, I feel like you would really love Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah. Because that's originally what the album was kind of based on. He was originally going to call it Tupac.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I think Kendrick is cold. But what was I saying? I'm glad you... Oh, let me finish that statement. Because we were talking about Akademiks. Mm-hmm. I don't know anybody, to really speak on who they are personally, but I've seen videos of this man fighting women. Mm. And that's all I'm going to say. And he was talking a little bit different, when he was talking about the guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, the energy was a little bit different.
In what situation?
With a lot of situations. In terms of Akademiks. Yeah.
Because I've heard a lot of people say that, and I would say it's somewhat, my stance is a somewhat similar thing to the Tory Lanez. Akademiks, I don't think he would ever put his hands on a man. But I'm saying, I've seen a lot, and I've been a fan of Akademiks basically since he was on the come up. And I've seen a lot of videos where he was being hella disrespectful to men.
Yeah, especially what you say? What you say?
Especially the Meek Mill.
What you say? You said videos. Mm-hmm. Now I want to see that in person.
But he won't do it in person.
Right. But he's done that with women in person. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay. From videos that I've seen. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? But from videos I've seen. So again, I don't know none of these people. But I from what I've heard, I'm like Akademiks is like eh.
See, because
it's crazy because when I first was introduced to Akademiks, I was like, oh, this guy's real funny.
When I hear about people talking about Akademiks and how he treats women, at least on Twitter, they always use his live streams where he's talking hella shit. I'm like, you can't use his live streams because he talks shit about everybody that he wouldn't say shit.
Okay, that's fair.
Shit to in person.
I'll give you that.
But if it's an in-person situation, we've seen proof of him doing. I've seen videos of him yelling in women's faces in person, but when Vic Mensa called him a bitch on Everyday Struggle, he didn't do it. Or the Migos. Oh yeah, and their problem with more with Joe Budden. Yeah. But yeah, and look, if you happen to watch this, I'm not dissing you, but
I'm not either. I mean, it sounded like I was. I just like I don't know, like the optics.
Yeah.
With him in terms of like how it is presented on social media ain't good. Yeah. So
I'm not gonna lie, it's hard being an Akademiks fan. Especially no, but it's also hard being an Akademiks fan when you're also realistic about shit. Cause certain things he says, it's like, all right, bro, like you kind of need to chill out. But then at the same time, it's like, damn, I am a fan of you, but then also you do be fucking tripping sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I still can't get over how he genuinely thinks that Drake is a better rapper than Kendrick and Cole. I can't get over that.
Oh, he was serious.
Yes. He seriously says that Drake is a better rapper. And this ain't no diss to Drake. Drake, I really love your music if you happen to be watching
Now, the question is, would Drake agree with that?
No, he wouldn't. Okay. Drake is very competitive as hell.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I don't...
If I was famous right now and he heard me say this, he would be sending disses my way.
No, but would Drake agree with the fact that he's a better rapper than Kendrick? And you think so?
Drake is very competitive.
I know he's competitive, but You would think he would say that?
He's competitive and petty.
Do you think he would say he's a better rapper than Wayne?
He's been no, not Wayne. See, Drake mastered the art of not outshining your master, or you know the
Could he outshine Wayne? What are we talking about?
No, wait. I'm not saying that he could.
I was about to say. I was like, now I gotta enter the chat.
But listen,
for real.
But listen,
right.
You know the book, The 50 Laws of Power.
Yeah, 48 Laws of Power. Yeah.
And one of the things is don't outshine your master. And I'm not saying that Drake is better, but in the book it says that even if you are better than your master, always give them praise, no matter what. And Drake has always done that with Lil Wayne. If you pay attention, he'll diss almost anybody in his bracket or his category. But to the people before him, Eminem, Wayne, Jay-Z, well, I won't say fully Jay-Z because they used to have subliminal battles with each other.
But I'm saying, and that's not a competition either.
What?
Subliminal battle? No, lyrically, that ain't a competition.
Drake and Kendrick?
No, I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah, I wasn't even talking about that.
Talking about Lil Wayne.
Hell yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
All of them you listed. All of them you listed.
But I'm saying
like
that,
if we go on lyrics.
But I'm saying that Drake never tries to outshine his master. He knows he's not going to win.
But I mean, he's different. I think Drake is different from Wayne. You know what I'm saying? And all of these other artists.
I'm saying that he would never do that because he knows he can't win that battle.
But I'm saying, my question was, would he agree with Akademiks in saying that he's a better rapper?
Oh, I never said he was better than Wayne. He was only saying he was better than Kendrick.
No, but I'm saying you're saying that Drake would agree that he's a better rapper than Kendrick.
I wish I could call Drake on the phone. He would say that.
He would say that.
Drake is...
Wow.
Drake would say that, but...
Wow.
He would. That's the crazy thing.
I'm enlightened. I didn't know. I wouldn't have thought that. I wouldn't have thought that, yo.
Drake is a very...
No, I know that. I know Drake.
He's a very horrible I mean, not horrible.
Wow.
At least a lot of the stories I hear about Drake.
He has a personality. Like, so, I mean, I get it. But, I mean, that's crazy.
All I'm going to say is this. You get in the industry, you get a fine-ass girlfriend, don't beef with Drake. Because from what I'm hearing, if he knows he can't beat somebody, he always tries to get at their girlfriend.
Well, I mean, my thing is, I'm in this, I'm not going to be beefing. Like, I'm be paying.
I mean, you never know what you get.
No, because I'm going to be so far removed from social media. I'm going to be like Prince. You know, I ain't going to have a phone because everybody else around me going to have one. You see what I'm saying? Like,
he beef with Kendrick, and Kendrick move like that
too. No, I mean, it's a one-sided beef then if that's the case, because I ain't have no device to respond. I don't even know what's going on. I'm gonna be so in my own world, like it's not even because I'm like, this is, and that's a bigger conversation. Like, this is not, this is all temporary. I'm not worried. At the end of the day, like this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not in this to have, obviously it's competitive. I don't think I beef with Drake because Drake is not, or anybody like Drake, because I wouldn't, they're already in the industry. So I would look crazy trying to beef with somebody who's already established himself as an artist. Then we're just in two totally different lanes.
The only new guy I ever seen, well, he's not R&B, but like the only new guy I ever seen successfully beef with Drake and still have a career is X. When he came out the gate dissing Drake like that.
Well, a lot of, that's a lot of people's come-ups now. When they come out and they start dissing the OGs, that's just kind of a thing.
I'm not going to lie, though. Drake did X a little dirty, though.
He dissed him back?
No, because originally how it all happened was, okay, X came out with Look at Me. And then Drake had a song on his More Life album, which basically stole the flow from Look at Me. And X and his manager told the story how Drake basically like knew X on the come up, wanted to work with him and everything. But instead of working with him, he just stole his flow from his biggest song at the time. And if you listen, You didn't know about this controversy?
No, but I'm not surprised.
I gotta play you the songs because people made mashups of "Look at Me" and Drake's song, and it sounds
really the same song.
They put Drake on the "Look at Me" beat, and it sounds so perfect. Like he really stole this whole man's whole flow.
You know, that's the thing. Like I and you know what it is. I'm gonna try to when I get in this industry, Tevin, like full on into this industry because I'm already into it. I ain't aspiring. I'm in it. I'm not falling in them traps. I'm really trying to stay away from it. I mean, I know they gonna be squeaky clean.
Anthony, you want to know the crazy thing real quick? We have been recording for a fucking hour.
For real?
For an hour.
Wow. To the question. You want to ask me the questions? Go on. Now I'm ready. I'm prepared myself because I'm here to promote, right?
Yo.
Listen.
Yo, we filmed the whole episode.
You going to break this up into two? Yeah.
If I have to, baby, or I'll just do one long episode. Our first episode was like 2 hours.
I told myself I ain't gonna hold you when I went in. I was like, I'm gonna just give him the answers he need. I ain't gonna try to make it.
All right. Well, you kind of touched on this before, but my first question was, what inspired you to go into this direction with the album?
So I think I told the story off camera. So I had a manager friend who wanted me to play my discography for one of these heads and like industry heads. And you know, shout out to Zeus. I'll say his name. His name is Zeus. He wanted me like, cause I've known him for a while. He's not my manager, but he's been kind of like, all right, I want to see you with this, like try to put me in situations, you know, because I've been recording for a long time. So he was like, you know, I want to introduce you, come out to, you know, PA, you know, studio on PA, and I need you to, you know, meet with this industry head. Guy's name is Brizzy. Brizzy on the beat. If you heard JT, No Bars, he's the producer. Brizzy. We got Brizzy on the beat. That shit go crazy. I think that's his tag. So that's him. That was before. So I didn't know. This is maybe like a couple months before, but you know,
the album?
before. No, this is a year and more before the album. But this is like a little bit before that No Bars thing came out. So I didn't really know who I was talking to. That's the thing. I went in there and didn't know who I was talking to. That's kind of how it goes. So he's chilling. Brizzy's, you know, chilling, playing the game, and he's working but playing the game too. So this was like, I want you to like, you know, play your discography, let him hear. At the time, I only had one song called "Kiss Me Slow," which was like my introduction into the Afro pop and B era. And so after "Kiss Me Slow," I just played all my regulars, which were like regular R&B songs that I've had out. And so once it was done, he was like, okay. He was like, nah, this is cold. He said, I think sonically, "Kiss Me Slow" is your strongest song. No, it is your strongest song. He's like, I can hear this on the radio now. I can hear this now. And he said, but the crazy thing is, he was like, although like I can kind of see it. He was like, I don't really know what I want. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what they would do with this. Like, I can kind of see it. And at first it was like, you know, what you mean? Like, you kind of see it. Like, I just didn't understand that. And he was like, you know, when artists first come out, they got to have a niche. People got to know you for something. And what do we know you for? You know what I'm saying? He's like, you've done R&B, you do it well. He was like, so his advice was like, just stick to that, because that's what you've done mostly. So what is your niche? Somebody has to know you for something. Then once you find your niche, then you branch out and doing all these other things. But at that same time, when I had just dropped "Kiss Me Slow," after I had dropped it and I heard it, I'm like, this is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is me. And it's weird because, you know, it's on an Afro beat. And I had been listening to Afro beats for, you know, a while. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't like, okay, I'm going to be I'm not an Afro beat artist. So I didn't want, and then, you know, there's a thing that comes with that. It's like, all right, so what you saying, bro? Like, but you like, you from Nigeria now? You know what I'm saying? I didn't want that. I didn't want that to be a conversation or, you know, appropriation or anything. but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm doing is different. Like my tone just so happens to just sits a little differently on an Afro beat instrumental. The songs themselves have allowed me to do anything I want to do. So that's why, you know, that came about. So as time went on, I was like, all right, so I got to find my niche. Like this, whatever I do is niche. So I had recorded the song called Delusional. I was like, I'm going to stick with this Afrobeat thing. I don't know what I'm going to call it. But we're going to stick with it. At first, it was just, okay, Afropop. Because it's popular. I'm not doing patois. It doesn't sound like a typical Afrobeat cookie cutter. And you know, and so eventually people was asking me, what's your style of music? And at the time I had the idea for one of my songs on the album called Rhythm No More. It's the first song on the album. That actually came from Kiss Me Slow. It came from a lyric in Kiss Me Slow. And so that was the name of the album. So during that time, somebody asked me like, what's your style? What's your style? And I'm like, it's Afro right now. I mean, it's R&B at its core, but it's Afro pop-ish. And then somebody asked me again. I was like, it's Afro pop R&B. And I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, that's a good name. And so then I was like, you know what? I might just name that one of my next album. At the time, I knew I was making an album, so I'm like, on the next album called Afro Pop R&B. And then something was nudging me. I was like, no, you need this now. You need to use that now, because that's what this is. So the album's called Afro Pop R&B, one word. It's literally spelled Afro Pop R&B. So even if you said Afro Pop R&B, because people say that too, you're still saying what it is. So this is that niche. You know what I'm saying? And so that was why I kind of went in that direction. And I think my tone allows me to do different things and incorporate different things. And so shout out to Brizzy for having that conversation. He doesn't know that's where he kind of helped become. He didn't know that he was kind of like a catalyst, because I haven't had much conversation with him, at least in the making of this album or anything. But that was why. Like, you know, that finding niche is important. And so I think now this is allowing me the space. For some reason on that Afrobeat, I can do a lot of things that I could not do on a regular traditional R&B. And it's still R&B. You know what I'm saying? It's still true to me, but I'm doing what I want.
What were those things that you felt like you could do on this opposed to like a regular R&B track?
I mean, rhythmically it's very different. You know, like on take a song like Best of Me. Which was like the song I did before Kiss Me Slow. It's like this trap beat. So it's like an R&B trap thing going. And so like on there, it's like the pockets of me, like it's like the way that my flow, you know what I'm saying? My flow, not me talking like I'm a rapper. It's crazy. My flow on it is a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like on that beat, it's like I gotta go more of like a hip hop flow. I can't really do that. I can't be really behind the beat. The Afrobeat allows you, with the rhythms, the way that they're placed, the way the instrumentation is placed, it allows my voice and vocals to do, and then I also do stacks. So it allows me the production to do some of the work too. So like I can do more effects. There's more space. So it allows me, I don't got to always be quote unquote on beat. But I mean, I'm on beat, but it's unorthodox. So I got to find a rhythm and lock in.
Face shit?
No.
I'm joking.
Yo, that about me. I ain't gonna go into that. No. I had to shoot. I shot that down real fast. Yo, no. I'm not fighting.
You're not fighting. Yeah.
Listen, I don't want no smoke. Blueface, if you watching this, it's no smoke.
No, it was all jokes.
You know they be joking.
It was a joke for him.
Yeah,
he named his first album "Find the Beat."
All right, so you get it. So you with it, but nah, like it just allows me the space to do, you know, and then I mean, credit is due to Afrobeat artists, like hearing a Wizkid and hearing a Burna Boy. Or
I gotta get into Burna Boy.
Oh.
Everybody stay talking about Burna Boy. I gotta check him
out. And we can get into that because he had a conversation recently that enlightened me, because they've tried to box him. Like, okay, what is your music? Like, they call him an Afrobeat artist because he's African. You know what I'm saying? And the beats are Afrobeat. But he's rapping on it. He's using the pidgin. I think he's Nigerian. He's using I want to say Nigerian. He could be Ghanaian, but I want to say he Nigerian. I do not want to mess that up for those people from Nigeria, Ghana.
They are fine.
Please, I'm not trying to mix that up. I want to say he's Nigerian though. But you know what? I'm gonna look this up.
He said, "Hold on, let me pull out the script."
Because I'm not about to be set up, bro. Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
I was right. So yeah, like they tried to box him. You know, he's a rapper, R&B artist, and all of these other things. And he was like, you know, what he's doing now is what he's always really been doing. And he has elements of pop too. So there's like, what is it? He calls it, get this. He calls what he's doing, and this is a recent interview, he calls it Afrofusion. He's sampling now songs like, you know, Last. Don't cast, last. Don't everybody go chop breakfast.
Why did I think that was his song?
It is Burna Boy.
Oh, okay.
But the sample is Tony Braxton.
I didn't pick that up.
Yeah. It's Tony Braxton. And so like he's sampling like an R&B song. And he did the same thing with Top of the World, which is also, we were talking about Ronnie Jerkins earlier. Ronnie Jerkins. So he's taking like black American music and sampling that. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so like he's calling his music Afrofusion. And so that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was eye-opening to me. He's getting criticism because they don't really know how to box him in. So the style of music is Afrofusion. You haven't really heard a sound like that. And I haven't heard it. So when I'm hearing him say this, and I had just came out with this album called Afro Pop R&B, I said, phew. And then I had another friend, I know I'm talking. I had another friend who had an analysis of the album. He had one of the best analysis of the album. And he was like, yo, he's like, I think you can like really stick this out because it's like, there's so much undiscovered with Afro. Like it's like you Afro R&B, Afro pop, you know, Afro, there's another genre too, and I'm blanking out. I forgot. Reggae. Like you're getting Afro reggae. It's so much, you know. There's so much that has not really been tapped on the mainstream level. So that's why, because one of my concerns was like, is this gonna age well? Are these records gonna age pretty well? And I think they are.
I mean, Afro pop seems like it's gonna be here to stay.
Yeah, I think Afro pop and B. I think this album and the genre of just Afro pop and stuff.
It's funny that you brought up. I mean, it's funny that we talked about Akademiks because he was talking about how like people in the music industry is starting to put more of a focus on that because now we're leaving the era where people just want to hear about like drugs, violence, and all that.
Oh, you talking about hip hop?
Well, no, just the whole landscape.
General, yeah.
The whole landscape of music. Like, apparently labels are done trying to focus on just rappers because, you know, rap was a big thing these past few years. And now they're trying to put more into Burna Boys and even, Wizkid, but who's that other,
Fireboy.
No, he's a Hispanic rapper. He makes Hispanic music.
Bad Bunny?
Yeah, Bad Bunny. Like they're trying to have more fun sounding type
Latin,
music become more the mainstream thing.
Trap Latin trap. So it's global.
Yeah.
It's really global. That's what they kind of generic because there's so much undiscovered. Mm-hmm. And so, but I love Burna Boy's approach to that because it's kind of like he's like he's on the other side of that because he's already in the industry. Like full on in the industry, but he's on the other side of that doing Afro. He's an Afrobeat artist. That's how they label him, and he's doing R&B. You see what I'm going here? Mm-hmm. And I'm R&B at my core on an Afrobeat.
So without even playing it, you were already kind of like on the same wavelength as him.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna say I was on the same wavelength, but I was on the same wavelength. I didn't realize it until recently. I saw the interview, and I was like, "This is crazy." And it's a different sound. Like, no one sounds like him. Mm. No one sounds like him. No one sounds like a WizKid. Like, because even WizKid's style in Afrobeat is very different. He got that sax. He usually has like a saxophone thing going. Mm-hmm. And he's done a lot. Even songs before before the mainstream knew him, he was on. He's responsible for.
He worked with Drake a lot.
Yeah, the One Dance.
That's why Drake basically got into that whole style.
One Dance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Wiz, I mean, he's been on a lot of stuff. So and even the women now are like getting their buzz because you got TY2, who's known as like the queen of Afrobeat. She's queen of Afrobeat, and she's cold. She did a song with Brandy. So now you're getting R&B artists coming on the songs. You had the Beyonce with the Black is King, or that Lion King inspired soundtrack where she had all these Afro. It's now becoming a thing. Chris Brown has been doing it with, really, Chris Brown has always been a part of like getting on their stuff. Mm-hmm. So now they're getting on his. And Call Me Every Day, Mona Lisa. I don't know if you
heard that artist I told you about on the last episode we did, Quabs.
Yeah, you told me about it. Yeah.
Yeah. He even has like some old songs that somewhat was kind of like that. But I mean, he's from the UK, and I guess they were already on that type of time before, like it got big here. So yeah.
Then you're getting house, house and disco's coming back too. So all of that is really in the album. Like you're getting house because with Rhythm Demore, I didn't think I could pull that off. I'll be all the way honest with you. I was like, I heard Drake do it. I heard Drake do it.
When I first heard the song, I was like, this feels like something Drake would have made on More Life.
Yeah, no, Drake, he did it on his recent album. What's the album that came out?
The one with 21?
Yeah, no, the record he did last summer.
I like to forget that album. That shit was.
It was all house. Mm-hmm. Majority of it was the house, and then obviously Beyonce with Renaissance.
Yeah.
So like you getting, and it's probably a whole lot more that's not coming off the top of my head right now. Mm. But I'm like, I'm kind of trying to carve out. I'm really trying my best to carve out this lane. I want it to be digestible because I don't want it to be too far removed that the listeners like I can't really relate to this. But like I think I'm on to something.
Well, from what you be saying on Instagram and like some of the comments I seen, like I remember I saw the Rowan post and somebody actually tagged you in the comments on like what music they're listening to. So from stuff like that, I can see like the listeners are rocking with it.
Shout out to John Horton.
So that's one of the questions I was gonna ask you. Like, how's the reception been? Like, people been rocking with it?
I have been shocked. And I think it's still growing the more I promote it. I say this every day I'm promoting. Like today, it's a new album. Every day I promote it. The day I stop promoting it, it just falls to the wayside.
But every day I do see you promoting
I ain't letting up.
You be using the notes. Sometimes you use stories. Like sometimes you just make.
You ain't never heard me promote an album.
Like you,
because I believe in it. Mm-hmm. Like I believe in it. You know what I'm saying? I really believe in it. I know, and I know it's different. I know it's different, and it's like, and it's not me as an artist because this is not my first time dropping the album. I did an album 2 years ago with Ken Sirian. Volume 1. I hate to break it to y'all. It ain't gonna be another volume. That's it. You ain't gonna you ain't gonna get that. What Brizzy say? Once I find my niche, then you might get another one. I don't know, but it's looking like you ain't gonna get it.
Damn.
But
you just gonna do your fans like that, man. I was gonna go back to listen to that one too. I'm like,
it's a good no. It's a good album. It's a good album, but I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I played it and that was it. I played it one time once I released it and that was it. I ain't never listened to that album.
Well,
this album.
Wait, real quick. while talking about like the older one, how do you feel like you grew as an artist from that last album?
A lot, because I'm doing what I want to do. I'm not. I went into this like I want to make the music that I want to hear. I didn't do that with the last album. I was like, I just want to make the music, good music, feel good music. That was what I said. This is feel good music because it's the music I want to hear. The first thing I said, I want to make my own playlist. This is, if y'all don't listen to it, hell, I'll listen to it.
Bro, you sounded more like Drake this whole interview.
No, but it's just the truth. It's like, I'm serious.
He called More Life of playlist. You might be more like Drake than you think.
No, I'm not. That's not an insult.
Oh, okay.
That is not an insult. I would take that as that's a compliment. I mean, I know people might give me flack for saying that, but that that's a compliment. But I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not against, like, not to say that I don't want it to be twisted in a way where it's like I'm not open to criticism, because that's not.
I wasn't saying that.
No, I know. I just had to say that for the listeners. But like I wanted to make the music that I wanted to hear, and so. With the last album, I think I was making the music more so that I knew other people wanted me to hear. Oh, you doing R&B? You sound like this person. You sound like this person. So you should make a song like this. And I like the songs, but I can hear other people singing them. I can give the song to this one. I can give the song this one, and they can do it. With these records, I was really trying. I was trying to see if I could hear anybody else actually do it. You mentioned Drake. I love Drake. I do, but Drake ain't gonna sing Rhythm the More. He's not a singer. Like, and I think he would agree with me in saying that. Like he's a, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's an artist.
Knowing, at least from a lot of the stories I see about Drake, he'll think it, but he won't admit it.
No, he's an artist though. He's an artist, but like Drake is not gonna say, okay, we're gonna put Queen B in the conversation then, since we're gonna go there, because I know he's not gonna go against her. She's a singer. Renaissance is and I'll say that record wasn't a record that, you know, in terms of like my favorite Beyonce records, it's not like the top of the list, but I have respect. It's still a great album. Yeah, and it's not anything like she's still, and I think her doing it live with the tour and stuff, because I haven't seen, but the clips that I have seen has really brought a lot of the songs to life even more, because she ain't done no visuals. She don't need to. I'm not gonna go into that. This is about Drake. I ain't gonna go into Beyonce. I was just using her as like as a reference. She did House with Renaissance. Now you take a Beyonce's Break My Soul, right, and then you got a Drake song.
No, I was.
Who stylistically does that fit more?
No, I was gonna say earlier when you brought up Honestly Nevermind.
Yeah.
The reason I love Drake's music, but the reason I say I try to forget that album is that album made me realize, yo, I don't want to fucking hear Drake sing a whole album.
Yeah, like he's not.
I used to want that, but then when I heard that album, there was like one song where he was trying to hit like high notes, and I'm like, bro. Who in the studio told him to do this? And I mean, I'm not gonna knock him for trying to do it. I will.
No, I mean, like, as an artist, I think experiment is always a thing. Now, whether you like it or not,
there's the point to be experimenting.
But I'm saying stylistically, and that style fit more of Beyonce because she's a singer, and a lot of house music is derivative of like disco and like R&B. So like. You're getting it's more of a singer's type of you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where I was getting at, because you mentioned Drake singing on Rhythm the More, and I had to just nip that one in the bud.
Oh no. I was saying look, I was saying it sounded like something
he would get on. Yeah, it was.
But I'm not saying that obviously
the beat producer definitely the beat was a Drake type beat, so you're not wrong. Like Drake could make a song on the beat, and that song was probably the beat, not the song. Let me rephrase it. The beat was definitely probably influenced by. He probably produced that after hearing Honestly Nevermind, or like he heard him do it. So he was like, Drake's done like a house record, you know. But it's different. Like even I didn't think I could pull it off, but you know what I'm saying. But stylistically, I think I was trying to do something that had not really been done before, like putting the guitar like adding the electric guitar on a lot of these songs, and they sound different, and arranging them because I can't play the guitar shit. So what I did was I went in there and I was more than just the artist on this album.
I was gonna ask you if you did like any producing on this album.
Hell yeah, man! I mean, I wasn't out there. No,
Like
what I wasn't doing.
Like you on Fruity Loops.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. Dude, no, I wasn't doing that. I was more of like, I was more of like my Quincy Jones, if you will. Like I was like, all right, so this is how I wanted this. You know what I'm saying? I arrange all my stuff before I go in there, backgrounds and everything before I get into it. But when it comes to production, I'm having say on the effects. So I want this beat started here. Let's cut the beat off here. Let's add like some reverse reverb here. Let's extend the beat. For one of my records, Lanez, the closing song, the beat was only 2 minutes. That's a 5-minute song, bro. So when I went in there, the engineer was like, "This ain't how you gonna tell me this a 5-minute song? The beat is 2 minutes. How is this a 5-minute song? And who's gonna want to listen to? Who's gonna want to listen to a 5-minute song, yo?" And I said, "Trust me, this may be crazy, but this is a deep cut, so you ain't got to worry about that. But the goal is to make this song not feel like a 5-minute song."
Honestly, I didn't know it was 5 minutes until you just said it.
5 minutes and 20 seconds.
The way I listen to the album, this is how I listen to a lot of new albums. When I'm doing my shit at work in the back room, I just have it playing in my ear, and I didn't realize it was 5 minutes. I'm not even just saying that.
5 minutes and 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Yeah. So I was intentional. Every section had to be something new. So something was added, something was taken away. I was very much involved in my production process. I wasn't just in there, and that's not to toot my own horn, but that's what kind of makes me stand out from a lot of my peers. There are a lot of us that are talented. There are people that can sing me under the floor, right? But you got to know what you're good at. Like that whole find your niche thing, I took that serious. And I've always known this is my niche, is just really tapping into it. You know what I'm saying? And being very intentional and aggressive about it. Because you see how I'm moving right now.
Yeah, I see. Music is like the caffeine.
Yeah,
man.
No, like I was definitely getting high. I was a crackhead.
He hit his pookie real quick.
Yo, but nah, for real, like, my nose is running. See, I'm getting too passionate.
You really do get passionate with this music shit,
man.
But no, that's good though. That's good.
No, like, but nah, it was like I was intentional, and I was saying like my peers are just going in there that are singers. They go in there and they sing, and that's it. They leave, or they don't even got the beat. They go there and have the producer find the beat for them. No, I got my beat picked out before I go in there. Got the lease and everything. Know what I want to do with the beat because we're gonna change it up. May change the key, may change the tempo. I'm going in there with a. I'm coming in to work.
Basically, they just singers. You're an artist.
I'm artist, entertainer, full on entertainer. And I am an artist, but I'm a full on entertainer and a creative. And so that's what that was. When I went in there, and my engineer Bill, shout out to Bill. He was, especially when we got to them guitar parts, because it's on Venom. We talk about Venom. The beat, I went through 2 engineers. Shout out to my boy Eric. Eric was the guy that I recorded with. He was the engineer that I recorded with. He did a record called Supergirl, and he also did a record called Melatonin. They do another record, and then he did Venom. So he did 3 records on the album. We was hot. We were burning up in that studio, man. We was recording in the heat of the summer.
Man, I seen all those clips that you were putting on your Instagram
I was burning
story.
up. I was like, yo. But nah, like, so I gotta tell you about Venom. So we went in there, you know what I'm saying? I'm recording Venom. It was like, all right, I had the idea of making a record like a Michael Jackson Dangerous or a Belle Biv DeVoe Poison, right? And so they're talking about the girl being so bad or so fine that it's dangerous, you know what I'm saying? Or that she's toxic and she's, poison. But I was like, no, I really want to make a song where the girl's really full on. No, she's Venom. Like it don't matter how she look. She's just poison. And so the song, I can tell you what the song's about, a certain specific situation that got a bit obsessive.
You don't want to.
No, I'm not gonna go into it. I'm not gonna go into it. Just listen to the song, let the work speak for itself. And then the feature, my boy Emo, he was his situation is even more crazy. than mine. I thought his was wow. Wow. I wish he was on here to tell it. But so the beat was only 2 minutes. And then so I told Eric, I was like, yo, we're gonna extend this. He's like, what? I said, just extend it after that last hook. Let's extend it. Just stuff like that. And I said, I'm gonna put a guitar on here.
So the beat was already made.
Yeah, it was already made.
So where do you
extended the beat?
So he made the beat already, or you find these beats on YouTube?
YouTube. So the producer, I think his name is Octave. That's his name. It's spelled ORKT. ORKTAVE. Yeah, I think his name is Alvin in real life. So, but he produced that. I found out he produced because a lot of these beat producers work with each other, especially with that genre, because it's a tight knit. So everybody's trying to, but so he did the beat itself. And so we extended I brought the beat to Eric. I recorded it, had the feature on it and everything. He did the mix and everything. I said, but before we even got the feature on it, I knew that I wanted the guitar on it. So I said, extend it. So then I said, okay, we're about to take this to Bill. Because I did Lionize and had Bill put the electric guitar on Lionize. That was that long record I was talking about, where that electric guitar had more of like a...
Where y'all blended that shit in. Because I thought that was just part of the
No, and it was already a Spanish guitar in the beat. It was already a Spanish guitar in the beat. But I said, I want my, I want my Purple Rain. Like, I want my record, like when I close the show, like I want the flashing light. I want that type of record. And it's up-tempo, but it doesn't really feel like it. Right? And so with Lionize, I'm getting back to Venom in a second. So he played the guitar. I was like, that was the first time we put the guitar on. And then I added on everything else because it sounded good on that one. So I was like, I want more of like he was like, you can go flashy, more like a Carlos Santana, or we can go a little more distorted. So he played multiple takes. And I said, I want to go more distorted because the song is already more like it's pretty and it has a Spanish guitar, so we need something to juxtapose that. So he that. And then I was like, all right, I want you to do whatever you want to do, right? But that last riff, I said, you got to play that. He was like, he was struggling trying to do it. And what I didn't realize, he was like, I do music, I read sheet music, but having a singer here doing it, like you hear notes a little differently. So I'm like, nah. He was like, that's weird. He was like, that's different. I like it though. So he does it, and that satisfaction that I got when he played it. And so from then on, I started adding on other songs. I went to Shantae. Told him to add that. I was like, he came in, did what he wanted to do. That's him. But when he started doing that, I was like,
see, now you about to make me listen to this album again.
Yeah,
and
man.
Make me like really try to see.
I was like, and I was influenced by like the 80s pop with like Wham. Like, that's crazy. You wouldn't think that was like, if you heard Careless Whisper. You heard of Careless Whisper? Never gonna dance again. Guilty feet, I got no. You heard that before, right, man? Yeah. You ain't heard that? Nobody's heard that before, yo? Yeah, you know.
Or maybe
you've heard the saxophone.
I probably heard it, but I just don't.
But the saxophone, you've heard it. That song has been on movies and shit. It's a popular song. So I was like, I need like a melody that's that catchy. So I was like, we need, at least if you don't know the song, if you can't sing the song, that guitar, that melody is stuck in their head. And so I had already played the song without the guitar for other people. I'm talking about Shantae, and then I played it with somebody with the guitar on it. And then all they was humming was, I was like, yes. So I was testing it out on people to see. It was like, so fast forward to Venom, because that song went through 2 engineers. Recorded with Eric. I said, Eric, let's extend it, put the feature on it. He did the mix. I said, I'm about to take this song to Bill. Took it to Bill. I said, Bill, I said, I need that guitar again. He was like, what? I said, but what we gonna do now is gonna be a little different. I need a break. I need like a smooth criminal break. And so the first thing he went to was dun 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 dun. I was like, nah, everybody, nah. I love smooth criminal, but that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that break where the how does it go? And if you've seen the smooth criminal like live, he's doing the dance break too. I said, I need that. And I'm gonna add my little hoo-hoos in the end, right? My hee-hees, you know what I'm saying? So he started playing it, and it took him a while because the way in which, when you're playing the guitar, it's fast. The melody, like the tempo in Venom is fast. A lot of it's hella fast. So he was like, I said, obviously we're gonna change the chords up. We're gonna change the tonality because one, I want it to fit my style. I don't want it to be too much like MJ. Mm-hmm. But it is MJ. But it's not MJ. You know what I'm saying? Like I need it to be, okay, this is Karowlina, who's influenced by MJ, rather than Karowlina trying to be MJ. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, so man, he did that. So I was saying all of that to say, he was like, man, you put me to work today. Because he was like, it was hard trying to do it. And he did it eventually. And then it came out the way it did. We changed it, and even after that, I was still like, all right, I want it to be louder and stuff like that. So I was very much even adding sound effects, like being a Foley artist. So you're talking about we're doing films, Lion Eyes. I added the sound of it, like the sound of the jungle. It's really a rainforest, but I went with a jungle. And then I said, we're gonna put a lion sound in it. He looked at me like, what? So I don't know if you know, again, student of Michael, if you've heard Thriller, that howl in Thriller, the beginning of the howl, you would think it's a wolf. That was Michael Jackson.
Why am I not surprised by that though?
It sounded like a wolf. I thought it was a wolf the whole time, and then I saw.
But I'm really not that surprised.
I saw Greg, one of the guys that worked on Thriller. Mm-hmm. He was doing a breakdown. He was talking about how that wind in Thriller 2, that how it start. That's an effect with that ain't real wind. I was like, what? That blew my mind. I was like, I'm geeking out over stuff like this because y'all not interested. It's okay. but nah, like that blew my mind. So I'm like, I need to put this in my music. Because ain't nobody of my peers doing that. They don't care nothing about that. Just go in there, sing a song. All right, yeah, I'm that nigga. You can get the girls. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I said no. I need to create a time capsule. I need something that this is timeless, that this can... The whole thing is you wanted to outlive you. Mm. And so the first place to start is finding places and things and people that was on that same path. And that's really what I did with the album in its entirety, all 9 songs.
You pretty much answered all my questions.
Yeah, man. I was trying to get to it, but
well, okay.
I wasn't supposed to go that long.
I can still ask you, what's the future rollout plans like for the album?
So we're working on merch. It's on the way.
Okay.
Like
what we getting with merch? Like hoodies?
Right now we're gonna go with like a regular. Yeah, we probably should go with hoodies now that I'm thinking it's getting colder.
Yeah. I mean, I'll pop a hoodie.
Yeah, like a long sleeves. The thing that's taking too long, if we're being honest.
Be like the cover of the album on it, or like how you doing it?
Initially we were gonna go with that. Right now we're going with a picture. Because we want it to be different. I want it to be a different I want good pieces. And that's what's taking a minute. Like, I'm all about quality over quantity. So,
You know what would be a fire hoodie? How you have it on the cover of the album, like Afropop and B, and then you have it like spelled out, or like how you pronounce it at the bottom of it.
Yeah. No, I have the pronunciation. That was the thing. Yeah. So
yeah. Okay. Good. But here's the
thing, though. And this is, I'm gonna be candid. Mm-hmm. The cover of my album is AI.
I knew that. It looked like it. Not saying it's nothing bad. It was still a good cover. But...
it is. It's a good cover. It was just a timing thing because I was trying to wait for a real artist and they was taking too long.
You were like, fuck it. Let me just do
Wait,
this myself.
wait, no. So this this is not funny because artists is getting out of
It's not funny, but you laugh.
because artists is getting out of work. I'm not gonna make light of the situation. What I'm about to say is this was taking the merch so long. I'm trying to go the right way. I'm trying to do this with the artist because I didn't do it with the album cover. So I want an artist, and I have somebody who's designing it, and we're going through it. At first, I was gonna try to do it, and then I was like, "No, you don't want me to doing it," because I was gonna use the album cover. So we may resketch as time goes on, as we release some of the merch and see how it's received. Then we'll start doing more because I want to see how it's received first with what we got on the basics. I'm even thinking about adding lyrics. I'm gonna be promoting this album for a while. Music videos on the way.
Oh well, you pretty much answered my next question. Like,
yeah, that's.
Well, how many music videos you playing?
Whoo, so right now
you better turn Shantae into a music video.
Oh man,
that's all.
You know the thing about it is choreo. A lot of choreo. I think these songs gotta be choreographed. A lot of them because they all up tempo. I played myself.
You're gonna work with a choreographer. I
have to, and I've had conversations with one of my friends, and so as the video that stay tuned. But I'll say it. I'll say it. The song that I'm gonna be doing a music video to. This is an exclusive.
Oh shit, we got an exclusive.
Is Rhythm D'Amour. That song that you said Drake. So, yeah, it's gonna be that one. The reason why is because I feel like it's so different. Like I think it's just different. Like it's pop, but it's not pop, and it has so many influences on it. Like so many influences on it. Like it's different. It's different. Like I did not think I can pull it off. Shout out to my friend Gavin. He's on there speaking French.
Oh, he in the video?
No, I mean we're working that out, but he's on the song. Many people think that was a sample. No, that was my friend Gavin.
See, now I'm gonna have to listen to it. He's
the first voice you hear, and he's saying everything I'm saying, because the whole message of Rhythm D'Amour is like living in the moment. I talk about quitting my job. I'm still trying to do that to find me something better. Like I'm trying to. This is. I would rather do this work than the work that I do, but until I can do the work, until I can really do this work full time, I gotta do the work that I do. But that song is talking about just living in the moment, leaving your stress at the door. You know what I'm saying? And I called it Rhythm D'Amour, which is half of it is in English. It's Rhythm D'Amour is of love in French. So that's what that is. And like this music video, we're gonna incorporate that. It's like it's fun. It's up tempo. It's like forget your problems. And like and live in the moment in this month. That's what I want to do with my music long term. You know what I'm saying? The last episode was like change the world.
Yeah.
Change the world, yo.
Well, that's about to be the episode.
Live in the moment now. Yeah, no, like for real. Like it's just like somebody said this album sound like a summer vacation.
It does sound like a summer.
And I'm like, I'm not on it though. Like I created something. I created a space where I want to be. I want to live in this album. I'm not until I'm gonna keep promoting it until I can, like, until I'm on the beach somewhere, and one of the records come on.
Probably my last question about the album is like, you got any upcoming shows going on or whatever? So
we're trying to work that. I'm doing a lot of open mics and live shows. I mean, like I said, open live shows, a lot of open mics. I'm trying to do live shows. What I'm eventually going to do is just try to do like my own little thing, try to rent out something and try to do an evening with Afro pop R&B, like, and coming up with something like that. But yeah, that's more to come. We're just trying to get these songs off the ground. The next thing that y'all really should just really look out for is this music video, because it's a visuals overdue. It's crazy now, you know.
Waiting, man.
So, and I think the reason why
sometimes video be blowing the songs up sometimes.
That's what we're trying to do with this video, and I'm not gonna go into it because it's I don't want to get into it too much. But it's more I'm going more of the production film route with my first video. I know that sounds crazy as hell.
Not really.
Because most artists is doing it with what we got. We about to do this and making it work. I'm gonna do that with all my other videos. But with this one, I think I wanted it to be I want you to be able to see it. I don't want you to be like, oh, if I hear, you honestly should make this the title of it. So I see the potential. I can't stand that. I see the potential. I hear what you're doing, but I see the potential. You see the potential? You really see it? Listen, if you don't see it now, you ain't gonna never see it. I hate to break it to you. You ain't gonna. Listen, I'm gonna show you the potential. This is you talking about the potential. This is right. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. And I think we had conversations about that too. Like you gotta be moving like you already there. Yeah. you can't move like, okay, I'm getting ready, like aspiring. Nah, I'm not aspiring. I'm not aspiring. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm after it and I'm not letting up. So like Rhythm the More, trying to get that shot by the end of this year.
Okay.
Or the top of next year. Like when I say top, I mean January. First few weeks of January. I'm not playing.
Bro, you a really busy man.
Because
I was about to get into the film stuff real quick.
That's a good segue.
But see, you a real busy man because you're doing all this, for your album, working on the videos. Shit, you're about to be in my short film.
Yeah.
Announcement, he's the lead to my short film.
Shout out to Lamar.
Oh, y'all will see Lamar. Yo, ever since I had people read the script, everybody just basically been disgusted with Lamar. I think the name Lamar already had a bad rep. I think everybody that read my script basically
was like, nah. Yeah,
like that ruined the name Lamar. Like, if this short film get big, I feel like I'm gonna ruin the name Lamar for everybody. Like,
but honestly, I think if a well written story, it is, everybody has a hero and everybody got a villain. So I mean, like, and there's still people. I heard someone say, I'm not gonna quote that. I ain't gonna quote that, but it's a good quote.
I was gonna say,
it's a good quote.
When you said that there's still people, the one thing that I love, and I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys, but the one thing that I loved is when you and Chris were like testing out like the characters and stuff. Yeah. And y'all started coming up with backstories, and you and Chris were saying that you feel like Lamar is just a product of his environment and the things that he went through. I was like, yo, I made a scummy character that people still somewhat feel for.
I mean,
that's crazy.
I personally have to feel.
Well, I know you
because I'm playing him, so I don't want to judge him. And for some people that may be harder.
Yeah.
But, it goes into, it's the work, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going into it, and it's like, this is a character. So me and Chris having that back and forth, it was important, because it's like, all right, this is who he is. This is who Tony is. And this is their relationship. This is what may have occurred, you know what I'm saying? And so I think doing that backstory, you got to, like, because what are you playing? How are you going to get there? You know what I'm saying?
But I love that people is able to feel for these characters as much as... Because I'm going to keep it real with you. Short films, very hard for me. Because I feel like a lot of my ideas are too big for a short film. And like, when I think of a short film, the way that I think about it is like, damn, we got to set up this story, these characters in just this little amount of time. Like, how can I make people invested in these characters in this story? Somehow I fucking did it. I don't know how I did it. Somehow I did it.
It's being creative, man. It's being creative. You know what I'm saying? Because you said if it blows up, you don't know. It's like you do not know
when it blows up. I want to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say when it blows up, you don't know. Like same thing with music. Like someone said, whatever you do, don't go in this. Don't go in the studio talking about I'm making a hit. It's not as
no. But the one thing I was gonna say earlier and kind of related to film, how you said it was like. When you said that you made your last project making what you feel like people wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And then you basically just made what I want to hear, like what you specifically wanted to hear. Funny thing is, my favorite director is Jordan Peele. He literally said in an interview, I just make movies that I wanted to see.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Jordan Peele. And Jordan Peele is good with like having the actors have say on a lot of things. Like, okay, so how do you feel about this? Like he raps.
Right. He's honestly the director I look up to. So when you and Chris was telling me, and that's why I kept asking y'all, like, what characters do y'all feel like y'all meshed with more?
Yeah.
like I basically studied Jordan Peele and how like I hear actors talk about his directing style and stuff like that. So like, yeah, hearing y'all say that, I'm like, all right, I guess I'm doing something right.
Yeah, yeah, like Jordan. Yeah, you are, because Jordan, he's a real one. Like he let his act, like the actors have a lot to say, and like he's open to listening to what they got to say. Like, how does this feel? Does this feel like, what would you add to the character? Like, what would be a note? Because really a lot of the acting is not. It ain't the words on the script; is everything in between. That space in between.
See, now that I really started thinking about it, directing is almost like, I mean, this might sound like a bad analogy, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But I was saying that it's almost like, letting somebody, like letting one of your best friends drive your car.
I would never.
And
you're better than me.
But oh no, I wouldn't either. But like I said, analogy. But basically, and I hope people get what I'm saying. But like, you casted these people in your movie. You got to trust that they see your vision and allow them to do, what they feel like is right to help your movie. Because at the end of the day, it's almost like what me, Al, and Seth said in our last episode. Like, there's a lot of hands that comes together to make, a movie.
Yeah. Or
even like a song, just like how you were talking about your engineers and
I hate collaborating. I'm going to just put that out there.
Oh, me too.
No, like I hate it, but I knew it had to be different. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I had to go a different route, and I'm so glad I did. Because it was really like the making of the album, and even like with these films, like with Last Breath, right?
Yeah, you know what? Enough talking about my short film. I wanted to ask you, how did you and Seth link up for his short film? Like, how did you get casted in it?
So Seth, and I went to high school together. He's always been in film. Like, he's always been interested in film. And ironically enough, my first love was acting. Like, this music thing just kind of came down later, I mean, so
that's surprising because you seem like you're
now it's like I'm passionate. I think I've always sung and stuff, but I'm more passionate about it. I take it seriously now because I know it's something that I could win in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may sound crazy as hell for saying that, but it's true. Like, that's just something that I feel like in my spirit. Like I see it. I see the finish line. And so, like, but film has always been where I started from. Like, it's always been the starting point for me. And so with Seth, like, yeah, we met in high school. We had a TV media class. I don't know if we met in the TV media class. I don't think so. But I knew he did film and stuff. So he was asking for people around. So he always knew. So then once we went to Rowan, I thought he was I thought he was a radio, television, film major. I ain't gonna go there. So he's a radio, TV, film major, and yeah. So he wasn't though. I thought he was because I've known him to be like a film thing. So I met Al through Seth when they did that film. I don't know if you saw it.
Wait, what? They did something together?
Yeah.
Oh, Happy
that's
Birthday,
how I met
Matt.
Al.
Yeah.
That's how I met Al. They did. I think the film was called Matt, actually.
They kept calling it Happy Birthday, Matt.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what it's called. I
didn't see it.
Happy Birthday, Matt. They're right.
Did you play Matt? Oh wait, no, you were one of the people talking shit about Matt.
Yeah. I was bullied. So, but that's a whole nother conversation. What's crazy? I never seen that movie.
You ain't seen it. Are you one of those actors that don't like to watch?
No, I just didn't see the movie.
Oh, okay.
I want to see the movie. So if Sam, Al, you seeing this, please send me the movie. I want to see the movie. Like, actually see it. So Seth was like a year, I want to say, what was it? 2022. He was like, I'm with Al again. I need you in this film. First, he had me audition. So I auditioned and I did the Avengers. I don't know why, but I did
the from the Avengers.
And so he said, I'm gonna see what Al thinks, and then we'll see. We're gonna try to shoot this in July. That didn't happen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about
that didn't happen, right?
The graffiti pier.
Yeah, we went in May. We went in May. So I was gonna say he showed him the tape. He said, "Okay, you got it." So then we went. So we're gonna. He said it's gonna be a graffiti pier. We're gonna go see on location. We went on location. Took some flicks that was on my IG. Ironically enough, I was wearing.
That was last year.
So that's what that was. So then some time had passed, and I ain't heard nothing. He was like, "We find a woman actress. She fine." It was like, okay. We ain't never see her.
She backed out.
Yeah. She backed out. So then I was like, okay. So then I didn't hear nothing about it for a while. So sporadically, I would see Seth around at school. So I'd be like, Seth. Seth.
Yeah.
He's the same guy he was in high school. Let me make that abundantly clear. He got a little more. I'm not gonna say Riz.
Sure.
I was gonna try to say Riz, but I don't know if I could. I'm not gonna do that to him.
Hey, I don't know if he wants me to say it.
Yeah, I don't want to speak on that.
From what I'm seeing lately, he might have got his Riz game on.
I was gonna say, I mean, he I'm not gonna put his business out there because it's ain't about Seth.
But then again, the white girl's kind of easy.
Dr. Umar, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Say for me.
No, you don't get that. You never heard Dr. Umar. I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused. He be on the stuff though, but that's another thing. So so I didn't hear nothing about it. So he was like, okay, I got a makeup artist, and I was like, okay, she's a real makeup artist. And so I was like, okay, so as we got closer, I want to say it was July-ish. He was like, all right, now I believe in you. I think you should do it. When he said, I believe in you, I ain't never heard Seth say that. I ain't never heard him say that. He's like, I believe in you. I was like, wow. That's probably the most profound thing I've ever heard you say. I don't know. He might kill me for saying that. But he said that. He's like, I believe in you. Like, you got. I was like, for real? Like, I was like, yeah. So I was like, okay. So then he was like, okay, we're going to get Johnette. I also went to high school with Johnette as well. That was my co-star. So I was like, oh, now the pressure's really on because I know Johnette is like, you know what I'm saying? She's talented. She's always been talented. But I've known her in high school too. We had classes and stuff. So I was like, okay. But I was comfortable though as well because I knew her. You know what I'm saying? I know her. So I'm like, okay, she's home. Like I know her. So I'm like, this is gonna be. So he was like, no, we're really doing it. I was like, okay. So then the rest is history. Like we went in Graffiti Pier. Yeah. We had found some like things for what I was gonna wear. That shirt and them jeans. I've worn those jeans on the regular now. Now it's got me back into wearing jeans now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm back in the denim. So, peep the Rhythm to More video when it come out. There's a look in there that, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't wearing the last brown outfit.
Eric, no. It's not going to be that type of denim. But Eric, my character, Eric, that's his name. Eric he kind of was like, You
went from Eric to Lamar. That's cool.
Eric to Lamar. Yeah. Yeah, and they're very different. They're very different. But yeah, so now that's how that happened. That's how that happened. I'm trying to get him to, have me on the soundtrack. But I don't think Seth taking me serious like that. It's all good.
Shit. Well, I mean, like I already told you.
Somebody else want me to do another movie too. One of my homies from high school as well.
Oh shit! So you just got movies lined up. Very busy man.
I think was supposed to be in it, but our schedule and stuff. So he's like one of my close friends. So he's like, and so I want him on my music video as well, like on set, because I mean it's necessary. But I'm helping him out.
I was gonna ask you though. So after everything is said and done with you, promoting this album, like the merge shows and all that, are you going to continue just going straight into your next album, or are you going to take time to work on films and stuff like that?
I'm a full-on entertainer, so I'm doing both. I'm actually, going to be in the studio next.
So you already know what you're doing for the next album?
Dude, you put me on the spot right there. Actually, I do.
You still going in this same direction, or are you gonna take a?
Yeah, no. This is like I said. This is not a trend. This is. It can be a trend if y'all streaming, but you know what I'm saying. It's This is like my style, so I'm really gonna be adding to it, if anything else. And so yeah, I got some records, but I'll actually be in the studio next week.
Damn.
Wait, I ain't gonna tell you what I'm doing though. I ain't gonna tell you what I'm doing, but it's
I don't want you to spoil nothing.
Oh wait, I can give y'all like a preview. So I'm doing a record that is hot right now.
That's hot right now. So like a remix or a cover of a song?
It's not. It's gonna be a remake, like a remix. Yeah, it's not more like a cover. It's gonna be a remix. And I'm
gonna be honest. I don't listen to a lot of like newer music right now. Like the only new people I listen to is Rod Wave, Leon, and
listen.
and Tekka.
I'm always ahead of the. Listen, let me take my glasses off for this one.
Unless you about to remix an Ice Spice song, that's the only new thing I know. You about to remake the Deli?
Wait! But why that song go hard though?
Deli is a good song though.
But hip hop is now going to more of like a Jersey club. That's another conversation.
Yeah,
that's another conversation,
yeah.
man. Let me put my glasses back on because I want them to think I'm Anthony McKenna. So then, so then, let me get back on my voice. So then, what was I talking about?
I think you were gonna give it like a little bit more.
Oh yeah. So wait, no, this when I say this record is hot right now, it's hot right now. And it's a perfect record. And I don't now.
Wait, we've been talking about Drake a lot.
No, it ain't Drake.
SZA?
No, I'm not. You're not gonna guess the artist. You're not gonna guess the artist.
So very low key artist.
You can say that, but I think I'm.
Well, we know it's a she.
Yeah, I'm hit.
Rapper.
I'm not going there.
Singer.
I'm not going there. But just wait. Let me be clear. I ain't rapping, so don't expect that. Don't expect it. I would tell you so. No, it ain't a rap. I'd straight up tell you it ain't a rap.
That's who.
No, you said
it's Tinashe.
Oh, you really said Yo, did you see? Never mind.
Wait, are you about to bring up the her Chris Brown thing?
Yeah, that was crazy. But I'm leaving that alone.
Yeah.
That ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just let that just marinate out here.
We just know that he's going in the studio next week.
Yeah, no, I'm going to the studio next week, and I'm excited.
Actually, I mean, it might be the week of by the time this episode comes out. So,
yeah. So, but nah, it's this record, it's a good record, and I think the ladies are gonna really love this record because they already love the record.
I was about to make a joke, but I'm like, that's too nasty. Never mind.
Wait, no, but it's not my fault because the song is already, You know what I'm saying? It's a good song though. It's a good song, and I think But I will say this though, and then I'm gonna get off of this. Mm-hmm. I've kind of been not lenient, or like been trying to restrain myself from doing covers because I don't want to be labeled as a cover artist. And there's nothing wrong with anybody that does covers, and that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you because that's an art form, and I'm with it. It just ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. See, that's what I get because that sounded bad the way it came out. No, like cover artists is, you know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with that. Like people out there that do covers and stuff. I just don't want that to be because I'm doing original music. I don't want that to get lost. Mm-hmm. I don't want my covers to be bigger than my actual songs. And if I do, I want it to be. If I'm gonna do I don't want to do a cover. I'm getting into a Prince conversation. I don't want to do that. Because it's too early to be having them Prince type conversations. But he ain't lie. Prince ain't never lie. So, yeah, no, I'm trying to stay away from that. And I've done covers. So let me make that abundantly clear. I've done covers. And so now I'm trying to stop from doing them. So with this song, I wanted to take a different approach. And so it's not a cover, but it's like you said, a remix or a remake, a reinterpretation. I've done songs like this before. I did it with WizKid's Essence.
Okay. I'll just wait and see when you drop.
Yeah, I did WizKid's Essence a while ago, but that ain't the song. I just did that. I did that when it was, in 2021. I did that one. That's kind of what got me into. Ironically enough, that's what kind of got me into the bag that I'm in right now. Because when I did Essence, I was like, oh. And then I started doing other things. Then I did Kiss Me Slow. Boom. I was like, oh, so this is where people were telling me like your tone sounds different on the Afrobeat. Mm-hmm. It just does. Why I don't know why. It's just the way that I flow on it is just different. And I think when I listen to an Afrobeat, I hear more melody. So it allows me to do just like, it's like a picture and just, it's so fluid.
It's funny that you say that because, like, even when people hear me rap, they say that my voice sounds different when I rap.
Then
I don't recognize it. I just when I'm recording, I just do it. So I don't.
Yeah. But when you play it, do you hear the difference between your voice? Now me interviewing you. Do you hear the difference in your voice?
Not really. No.
You don't?
No.
Okay. I used to say that. I think I hear the difference. Would you say objectively? Would you say that my talking voice sound like my singing voice?
No, your singing voice sounds so much lighter.
Yo, that's
I didn't mean
true.
that in a bad way.
No. But I've heard that before. It is though. I don't know why it's like that.
Your talking voice is
deeper.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes I do sing a bit higher. But even in chess, it is still higher than my talking voice.
Like when I record a song, obviously, if I know that I recorded it trying to sound different, like I did one drill song, I played it for you.
Right.
I'm literally screaming on the song.
Baby, welcome to the party.
I'm literally screaming on the song. So yeah, I know I sound different on that one. Oh my god. Don't turn it to some 504 AM.
Yo, wait. Did you see he that? Cold though.
But did you see that one video where the guy that goes around asking people how much their fit costs? He was asking 504 and how much your jacket? Bow. How much your jeans? Movie.
I'm here for that, yo.
How about the sneakers viral?
Wait, yes. Yo, you know who I've always loved? Like, you know whose interviews like I love watching? Like the Migos. No, I really do. You know what I'm saying? That way.
Everyday struggling.
That way. Mama! You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a sauce that you can't really duplicate. Like that type of personality, you don't see that like that. So when you said that about Fabio, I may not do that because that may not be true to me. I ain't gonna be hitting you with ad libs. But maybe, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, if I get some ad libs going, you know what I'm saying? I hit you with a, ooh, yeah.
Oh my God.
I ain't gonna hit you with the Jodeci. My friend used to call me Casey.
Casey, like
I'm from Casey and JoJo and Jodeci. One, because we from North Carolina. But also because when I was singing like live, my go-to would be like a Jodeci song. So I'd be hitting with them, ooh, yeah.
Yeah. But,
Devontae Sway.
Before we go, I was just going to ask you, is there like any upcoming work that you want to tell people about?
The movie will... what we got going, right? That's important. We gonna be on that.
Blood Money on the way.
Blood Money, and then Last Breath. If is that
last? Well, that's okay. He says that he's having that as a working title. He's gonna try to come up with a new title.
To be determined.
But I don't know why he just doesn't call it Last Breath. Right. Like it's fine.
Right. It's a good title. It's a good title.
I guess he wants to.
Yeah. So that too. You know what I'm saying? And then the music, like the merch is on the way. Do you see them people coming for me? Did you see that?
Who?
They my people though. But you see, it was like, where the fucking merch? I said, damn.
Yeah. I saw that.
I was like, that's my boy though. But I was like, it's on the way. Like, but I think the demand for it is like So that's on the way. You getting
when
merch.
you get one of those hoodies with the thing on it, yeah. Let me
The Afro pop, because people Afro pop R&B, Afro pop R&B,
but
Afro
I like
pop R&B.
I don't know if you're gonna do it exactly like how I want it though, like the name, and then right under it how you have the pronunciation.
Yeah, on the album.
Just that, nothing else, just that on the hoodie.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that's kind of what that's my.
Because you need to know how to say it.
I'm a very minimal style type person.
Everybody,
I mean, this shirt ain't showing that, but yeah, I'm a very minimal person.
Shout out to Playboy.
Yeah, Playboy.
Yo, I was gonna say though, everybody they gonna butcher names. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, like they deal with artists all the time. We always say Rihanna is Rihanna.
Oh yeah.
Or they do it Aaliyah too. It's Aaliyah.
Yeah, sometimes I just be forgetting.
Yeah, we just yeah. So they Afro pop R&B, but you technically still not saying it wrong. Mm-hmm. So yeah, merch is on the way. Like it really is on the way. I'm supposed to be getting something next week. So hopefully, that's what we run with, at least for a starting thing. So just stay on the lookout for that. Mm-hmm. Music video. We in talks. We supposed to be in talks about that. We're supposed to be in talks about that. We are in talks about it. So like that's on the way too. And we're going to try to get that to you because I think the visuals, it's way overdue, man. Mm. So that and then, some, if I'm feeling to it, new music, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I did hint to that I'm going in the studio. I didn't say I was going to drop it, but yeah, so you're going to get, but just keep streaming the album, please. Please, if you stream the album, I'm gonna
link it down below
per night.
For y'all.
I can eat dinner.
And if you're on Spotify, if you're watching this on Spotify, like you're already on Spotify, you can just literally.
I could pay my bills. I could pay my rent. I can pay my car note. I could pay these student loans when they start coming in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Don't remind me, man.
Please, because So
I've been trying to call the financial.
I've
been trying to call them and they don't get back to me until 3 days later. I'm like, why?
Sally Mae, she watching this too.
Yeah. fuck Uncle Sam. He started all this. But, all right, y'all. Thank you.
No
Anthony,
problem,
for showing back up. Like I said, or like he said, check out his album. I'm gonna link it down below. Check out for the merch. Last Breath. Blood Money, all that on the way. Films,
visuals,
videos,
challenges. Hopefully,
this man is a very hardworking man. So I'm surprised I was even able to get him on this episode.
I'm glad you. But first of all, let's give you your flowers. I appreciate the platform. Because a lot of people say, you come on, you've never.
Oh no, yeah, I got open doors.
They don't know. But nah, I appreciate the support always, like, because y'all listen. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. So I listen. Giving me the platform, it gives me as long as y'all give the platform, you give the platform, it just keeps running. We all winning out here.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, my boy.
Yes, sir.
So check out his stuff. I mean, y'all already checking out my YouTube or Spotify, whatever you're listening on. Subscribe, follow. And with all that being said, Tevin Jameer signing out. See y'all on the next one.